Hey guys and girls, what is going on? It is Zazzri today bringing you some more FIFA 13 career mode with Chelsea. Now kicking off, we are going to look at some World Cup action. So this is basically the group stages of the World Cup, and the reason that this episode is so short is because after the last clip it becomes transfer time, and I wanted to make the transfer videos separate, otherwise I think it just get jumbled and you guys would lose interest. So we start off here by going 1-0 down against Finland, which is pretty disappointing just before half-time to be 1-0 down. But it does happen, and I was like, I've got 45 minutes to turn this around, so not to worry. But firstly, I also want to say that my live commentaries, I've realised they're not too good at the minute. The problem is that one of them I didn't really have enough topics to talk about, so it was a little bit boring. And so that's why I put music in, but it wasn't too good. And the problem with both of them is that the audio and video are up sync. I mean, I've tried to make it in sync, but for some reason it really just isn't. And there's parts of it on one of them that are in sync, and then there's parts that aren't, even though it's just one recording, which really doesn't make any sense at all. But if that sort of thing happens, then I guess in the future I probably won't do any live commentaries for a while. But if you guys desperately want live commentaries, and then I might consider doing them, but I doubt you will based on the previous ones. But what I'll probably do is, just make the Champions League final one episode and talk about lots of clips in it to make it just one episode in itself rather than, it just being part of a video. I think that'd be nice to see, because Champions League final is quite a big thing. I'm planning on doing, I've already recorded up to the December, so the January transfers on the Chelsea career mode, because what I'm planning on doing is I want to finish both career modes with Chelsea and Man City before starting another, because what I think it does is it'll start to split my fan base, and that's going to become a problem. I will finish both of my career modes. I'm going to do 3 seasons with Chelsea, and I've almost started the 3rd season. This is going to be the last one, so season 2, episode 12 will be the last one of the 2nd season. And then we'll start the 3rd season, and that'll be transfers, and then we'll move through, and this will probably be my last season with Chelsea. And if it is, what I'll do is anyway, I will keep the save just in case I want to come back to it at some point and do maybe 2 more seasons with them, something like that, at the end of FIFA 13, because I absolutely love Chelsea and all that kind of stuff. So we could look at doing that, and so I'll finish my Man City career mode after that. And then I'll do a vote, so I'll do a poll, and I'll do a video, and then it'll be you thumbsing up. So the teams that I'm thinking of doing, possibly, but I want your guys' help on a small team, so please leave a comment on a small team you could think of. So I'm thinking maybe either a small Premier League team that's not struggling, but isn't, one of the top 4 teams. So, you could choose Newcastle, that sort of thing. Which is just, outside of the top 4. You could choose a team further down the table, you could choose a mid-table team, or a decent championship side. I'm not looking to do a rubbish championship side, but it doesn't have to be the absolute best either. I'm not looking to do League 1 or League 2, just because I think it'll take too long. I might look at doing that later on in FIFA, and we'll look at that later on. But for my first small team, I've got a few ideas, but I would prefer if you guys could leave championship suggestions. Or if you don't know any championship teams or whatever, or you prefer to see a Premier League side, or you don't even know what team I could choose, but you could say, I do want a championship team, I'm just not sure which. Or you could put, I want a Premier League team, I'm just not sure which. This was a BS penalty, by the way. I don't understand that's a penalty. So you could do that, guys, and that would really help me out. But the teams that I'm planning on doing, there'll be 4 teams, and then you guys will just thumb up the one that you want most, and it'll give me an idea of which you guys want. The teams that I'm thinking of putting up for you guys to decide on are Real Madrid, Dortmund, Juventus, and then the 4th team will be like a smaller team, and I want you guys' feedback on whether to do that or not. And there we have it. That was 4-0, 4-3 with a Theo Walcott goal there, which was pretty nice. And then I just did the "Can You Hear Me" celebration, which is always good to see. I mean, that was amazing using his pace there. Lovely little through ball from Darren Bent, and he just did a little finesse around the keeper, and that made it 4-3. And of course we weren't finished there. Darren Bent, he's so pacey. I mean, it's 15 really is about pace again, and he manages to score to make it 5-3 to us. We've got 20 minutes to go, or 15 really, but that was nice. I mean, it's always good to get a win, and after the Finland game I really did want to win, and I think it made us go through to the next round, but I actually go out of the World Cup earlier than I predicted, which was really frustrating. And here we get a corner, and it was just an absolute, unchallenged header completely. All the defenders moved away from him, and it was Jolyon Lescott in the 80th minute. And that was how the game finished. It was 6-3 to England against South Africa, which is pretty good, pretty nice. But please, please, please leave a comment about the small team that you're thinking. Or what I might do is as well, if you guys don't like... Well, I might even change those 3 teams, so please don't. If you don't like any of those teams, don't comment about them. I'd prefer if you just said, which fourth team you'd want me to do. But yeah, so just the final clip here is that I've won Manager of the Season, which is always nice. It kind of shows that I have done really well with them, and I'm really happy about that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and please leave a comment about that team I said. And yeah, I'll catch you all next time, and it'll be transfers, so see you later. Peace out.